Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh yeah! Fuck! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the NRL Round 11 preview for the 2023 NRL season. And as always, I am joined by CJ Moxley, who is now back in Sydney. CJ, how are you, bro? And how was the travel home?
I wouldn't say it was fun. I got back at about 9 a.m. this morning. Had a little nap, and I'm back up now. No, it was a good weekend with you and the boys. Definitely an unforgettable one. And yeah, the next one will be even sweeter. So, it's been good, mate.
100%, bro. It was obviously one of the best weekends that we've experienced as mates and content creators. We all had a good time, and Magic Round was a lot of fun. And
big success.
Bro, I had a brawl. Like the Cowboys had a big win. Your RABBITOHs got up as well. That was a great weekend. Ainsley had to wear the Cowboys jersey, but yeah, overall, really good weekend, bro. And I enjoyed it. All right, well, CJ, mate, before we get into the round 11 preview, I want to say hello to the live chat. We've got Let's Go Bulldogs, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, Jason Reader. We've got Harley. We've got everyone's starting to tune in here now for the preview. We got Faraz. We've got who else is here? Everyone's tuning in. Warriors NRL Fanatics. Hello to the live chat. Hope you guys are all well. And yes, Magic Round was an awesome time. It was good to see Warriors NRL Fanatics and everyone there. So it was a great weekend. All right. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like this live stream or video, depending on how you're watching this. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. I would really appreciate that. All right, CJ, let's get into the NRL Round 11 preview.
Yeah, let's kick off.
And you guys will have to excuse me. My voice is starting to come back. I lost my voice on the weekend at the Cowboys game in particular. So my voice is not the best at the moment, but it's starting to improve. Well, let's go. Round 11 of the NRL kicks off on Thursday night down at Amy Park in Melbourne. 7:50 this game kicks off. We've got the Melbourne Storm up against the Brisbane Broncos. Melbourne, $1.75 favourites here. The Broncos, $2.10.
I don't know why.
Melbourne versus Brisbane. This should be a cracker. Obviously, Brisbane are still first on the ladder. Melbourne sitting in 6th at the moment. This is going to be a big game, bro. Melbourne versus Brisbane. Brisbane haven't beaten Melbourne since 2016. Who do you like in this one?
Well, I need Melbourne to win for us, but I'm going to tip my head. Tip the Broncos. They're just in sensational form at the moment. Broncos by 12. Goal scoreline of 26-14. My first try scorer will be Ezra Mam.
Well, this is the first one that we're going to disagree on. I'm going to go with Melbourne.
Oh, all right.
I think Melbourne are going to bounce back. I thought Melbourne were really poor against South Sydney on the weekend. I thought Brisbane were very good against Manly, but I just feel at Amy Park in Melbourne, their record is outstanding against the Broncos, and the Broncos haven't really travelled away from Queensland a lot. So this will really test them. I think Melbourne win. So I'm going to go Melbourne by 6. I'll go a scoreline of 26 points to 20. And for the first try scorer on Thursday night, I'm going to go with Cameron Munster. I reckon Munster might be the first try scorer. I'm going to go Melbourne by 6.
Interesting scoreline.
Should be a good game. What's that?
I said interesting scoreline. Brisbane's defence, League 26.
Well, they've had some games this year where they've had some bad defence. Obviously, the one against the Gold Coast, they've had a couple. What other games they've conceded points. I've had a few games this year that have led in a few points, but hey, should be a great game to start off Thursday night footy, round 11 in the NRL. I'm going Melbourne and you're going Brisbane.
Yep, the Bronx.
All right, let's go to the next game. Friday night, 6 o'clock from Accor Stadium. We've got the Bulldogs versus the Warriors. The Warriors are $1.70. The Bulldogs are outsiders here at $2.10. Bulldogs, Warriors. This is a real tough one to tip, CJ.
I'm going to tip the Bulldogs. Just got a strange feeling that the Dogs get up here.
Fox is back.
Hey?
Addo Carr's back.
Yeah, that's right. I'll go Dogs by 6. 24-18. First try scorer. Let's give it to Matty Burton.
Matty Burton. Oh, this is another game where I think it's really tough, really hard to pick. This is probably a toss of the coin game of the weekend. I'm going to go the Warriors.
Another disagreement there.
I'm going to go with the Warriors. I think they can go to Sydney and win. I think the poor old Bulldogs have lost a lot of close games this year and they've been unlucky. I mean, last week against Canberra, I thought they were going to steal that at the end.
I think they've done
very unlucky. And the poor old Warriors have had a lot of bad calls go against them in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, look, it's a hard game to pick, but I'm going to go with the Warriors. I think they're playing a bit better than the Bulldogs. I'm going to go the Warriors by 2. Real tight game. I'll go the Warriors 22 points to 20. And for the first try scorer, I believe I see his name on the team sheet. Rocco Berry to score the first try in the centres.
He's back. He was off the face of the earth and he's back.
And you know what? It's one of those games, this one, Dogs Warriors, where it's really tight. It's 50-50, but I just like the Warriors. I'm not confident though.
No, fair enough. I'm not confident either, but I do think the Dogs just get over the line being in Sydney.
Well, let's go to the main game on Friday night footy out at Penrith Stadium, 8 o'clock. Friday night footy, 8 o'clock. We've got the Panthers up against the Roosters. Panthers $1.50. Roosters $2.60. This should be a cracker.
Yeah, both teams haven't really played to the expectation they were expected to this year. I'm going Penrith. It's in Penrith. It's just hard to imagine them losing there right now. Penrith by 8. Let's go a scoreline of 22 points to 16.
Yeah.
First try scorer. Well, that's 6 points. Just go Penrith by 6. First try scorer. I have a feeling about Tyrone Peachy.
In the centres.
Yep, Tyrone Peachy.
Well, let me just start by saying that the Sydney Roosters are my specials of the round.
Fuck me, man. Come on.
I'm going to go with the Roosters. I think they can go to Penrith and get a win. Penrith have not been convincing. They have not been impressive whatsoever. Thought they were pretty lucky against the Warriors on the weekend. The Warriors were pretty unlucky with a few things that didn't go their way. I think the Roosters are going to turn it around, and I think they're going to do it this weekend. So I'm going to go the Roosters by 8 points. I'm going to go the Roosters. I'll go 26 points to 18. And first try scorer, I'm going to go with Angus Crichton in the back row to score the first try.
Right. Oh, well, we're actually 0-3 in tips. Different.
We got first 3 we got different, so very interesting. But for me, Roosters, $2.60, specials of the weekend. Roosters to beat the Panthers.
Big task.
We'll see. Let's go to Super Saturday, the first game. 3 o'clock out at Accor Stadium. Rabbitohs versus Tigers. Rabbitohs $1.15. West Tigers $5.60. You'll be at this game, CJ, and I think this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's correct. I'll be at the game. Tigers always get up for us, man. So I'm not 100% confident, and Tigers' confidence are up. But So is our confidence. I'll go South by 22.
Yeah.
Go scoreline 34-12. I'll go for Latrell Mitchell double.
Yeah, look, I'll keep this pretty simple and pretty quick. I think Souths win, and I think Souths win very well. I can't see the West Tigers challenging South Sydney, who are probably the best team in the comp at the moment. So I'm going to go Souths by 30. I'll go a scoreline of 36 points to 6. First try scorer. I'm going to go real bold on this one. Real bold.
Right.
First try scorer will be Hame Sele in the front row.
Big Hame, eh? He's gone close a few times, so hopefully you're right about it.
Souths win well. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Come on. Hope so.
Saturday, 5:30, the middle game of Super Saturday from Townsville, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. The 5:30 game, it's the Cowboys, my team. The Cowboys up against the Dragons. The Cowboys, $1.45 here. Dragons, $2.80. Dragons are a mess. Game 300 for Ben Hunt this weekend. Cowboys just come off a nice win over the Roosters at Magic Round. I think the Cowboys will probably win this one, CJ. We should be able to win this.
Yeah, you will win it. It's in Townsville. Dragons are a rebel. Cowboys by 14, 24-10. First try, Jack Jazeski.
Oh, I love Jazeski. How good's he playing at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing really well, mate. His form at the Cowboys picked up.
Obviously, I'm going to tip the Cowboys to win. The Dragons are losing games, but they're losing. They're losing in close games. They're not getting flogged a lot. So
they're losing off their stupidity.
I don't know how much energy the Dragons have got left with this whole off-field stuff with Anthony Griffin, the coach, and all that. So I will back the Cowboys. I'll go the Cowboys by 18, CJ. 18-point win.
That's an
appropriate I'll go a scoreline of I don't know, 30-12 for the Cowboys. Cowboys win 30-12. First try scorer. I'm going to go with the former Dragons player himself, Reece Robertson, to score the first try.
Sold in the wound there from Robbo.
Yeah, Cowboys to win by 18 points. Hopefully we get the job done there and get back with that top 8 if we win this one. So Cowboys to win. Saturday night, 7:35 p.m. from Canberra. We've got the Raiders versus the Eels. Raiders $1.60, Eels $2.30. Canberra in a bit of good form at the moment, and Parramatta are without Mitchell Moses. So I'm leaning towards Canberra here, CJ.
Where's it at? Canberra.
Be cold too.
Well, I'm going to tip the Raiders. It's going to be very cold down there. Without Moses, and that just sealed the deal for me. Canberra looking good. Tip the Raiders by 10, 24-14. First try. Let's go with Jamal Fogarty.
Yeah, nice one. Look, I think Parramatta, they'll be competitive. They'll be in the game probably for most of it, but I just can't see them winning with the way they're playing at the moment. They keep dropping games that they should be winning, and it's just disappointing for me. So I think Canberra will get it done. Canberra don't seem to win games by big margins at the moment. So I'm going to get Canberra by 12. I'll go 26 points to 14. First try scorer. I'm going to go with Matthew Tomoka. He's playing good footy.
Yep, he was outstanding last week. So
Raiders to beat the Eels on Saturday night. Sunday football. The 2 o'clock game from Newcastle, McDonald Jones Stadium. We've got the Knights versus the Titans. Both teams are $1.90 each, even money bet. Newcastle had the bye last week, which I think they needed, and they were just over in Bali, some of them apparently. Again, could be fake news. Against the Gold Coast, who had a fairly flukish win over Parramatta last week, or the other day, I should say. What do you reckon about this one, Knights and the Titans?
I reckon Newcastle. I reckon they needed that bye.
Yeah.
And I think, the talent's obviously there. I think it'll be a high scoring. Go to Knights by 8, 34-26. And the first try will be Mr. Kalen Ponga himself.
At 5'8".
Yeah, he'll run over him. He'll run over.
I think Newcastle will win as well. Again, it'll probably be very high scoring. Both these teams are pretty ordinary in defence. It's a day game at Newcastle. Hopefully, it's a dry afternoon. Hopefully, there's no wet weather around. I think Newcastle win by 10 points. I'll go a scoreline of Newcastle 32, Gold Coast 22. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Bradman Best in the centres.
Mr. Barley, Bradman Best, eh? Nah, look,
He'll score the
Newcastle fans
first
will
try
turn
you
up.
want.
Newcastle fans will
He'll
turn
score
up for
first.
it.
In the final game, around 11 of the NRL, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, live from Brookvale Oval. We've got the Battle of the Beaches. Manly versus Cronulla. Cronulla $1.50, Manly at $2.50. Who do you like in this one?
Yep, rivalry game here. It's at Brookie. I'm going to go to upset. I believe Manly will win in an upset.
Really? Manly?
Big call, but I'm going to tip Manly. I was on the Sharks all week, but for some reason, something's telling me Manly. Manly by 6, 24, no, 22 points. No, let's go 20-14. First try, back with Guy and Tommy Turbo. Got a weird feeling, man, to get up here.
This is a really hard game to pick, man. Manly were diabolical against the Broncos last week. And Cronulla were absolutely shocking against the bloody Dolphins. But it's back in Sydney. Cronulla usually go all right in Sydney. Their record at Brookie isn't the greatest. Tom's playing, but he doesn't look fit. This is really hard for me to pick. I'm going to go with Cronulla. Absolutely no confidence at all. I'm going to go Cronulla by 4. I'll go 28 points to 24. First try scorer. First try. We'll go with Jesse Ramian.
Yep. No, that's fair. It's a rivalry game, so both teams will be up for it.
We're a lot different about tips.
I think we've got about 4 or 5 different.
All right, we'll go through it real quickly, and then we'll get to the best bets of the weekend and whatever. So I'm going with Melbourne on Thursday night to beat Brisbane.
I've gone with the Broncos.
That's one different. I'm going with the Warriors to beat the Bulldogs in Sydney.
I'm going to go to Doggies.
Well, that's 2 different. I'm going the Roosters over the Panthers.
I've gone with Penrith.
It's 3 different. Souths to flog the Tigers.
Yep, Souths all the way.
Cowboys over the Dragons.
Yep, Cowboys in Townsville.
Raiders over the Eels.
Yep, Canberra will get them.
Newcastle to beat the Gold Coast.
Yep, Newcastle.
And I'm going with Cronulla to beat Manly.
I've gone with Manly. Weird feeling.
So we got 4 different.
Yep. No, that's not too
bad.
4 different.
So the first 3 are different, and then we got the last one different. So very, very interesting. Now, before we go, I've got to give you guys my best bet for the weekend. Round 11 of the NRL. We got the multi here. Last week this multi didn't get up, but I really fancy this one, guys. Here we go. We're going with the New Zealand Warriors to defeat the Bulldogs 1-12 on Friday night footy. We're going to go with South Sydney to demolish the West Tigers at 13 plus. And we're going to go with the Cowboys to beat the Dragons in Townsville at 13 plus. All up multi, $12. So really good value. Not a bad bet there. Warriors 1-12, Rabbitohs 13 plus, and the Cowboys 13 plus. $12 is a really good price for that.
Good morning.
Now we're going to go for my anytime try scorers for round 11. Now, if you followed last week, you would have nailed this. I got my multi up last week. Last week's multi was anytime try scorers. Jacob Preston, it was Dylan Edwards, and it was Alex Johnson. It was a very nice win.
They all got up.
Magic round. It got up. Let's try and go back to back. All right. We're going to go anytime try scorer. We're going to go with Josh Curran from the Warriors to score a try in the back row. We're going to go with Michael Cheekham to score a try anytime. He's playing for the West Tigers. I reckon Cheekham could score for South this weekend.
Hope so.
And we're going to go with Kyle Phelps to score anytime against the Dragons. All up multi, $35. So a really nice bet there. Anytime try scorers, Josh Curran, Michael Cheekham, and Kyle Phelps. $35 is terrific value. So that's the best bet of the weekend. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, the Michael Cheekham one surprised me a bit, but I hope you're right. But honestly, chuck a few dollars on that. You might get yourself some good money. So, hey, get on it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. Well, CJ, thanks for coming on for the NRL round 11 preview, bro. It's been good.
No worries, bro. Always willing to come on the channel. Classy channel, classy bloke. So, yeah, thanks for having me on.
Appreciate your support, bro. Appreciate you coming on the channel as well. And obviously, Magic Round was one of the greatest weekends that we all experienced, especially with all the games. You know, obviously, we won and you guys won as well.
Perfect week.
I look forward to next year's Magic Round.
Oh, yeah, mate. We're locked in for 2024 already.
Bloody oath we are. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching NRL Round 11 preview. If you enjoyed the live stream, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And let me know who you're tipping this weekend. Good luck to your team. Have a fantastic Tuesday night, everyone. And we will see you guys in the next one. And as always, up the mighty North Queensland Cowboys. See you later.